Let's continue our discussion on bitwise operators in C. In this lecture, we will cover left shift operator. We will also talk about some important points related to left shift operator. Let's get started. What is left shift operator? This is how a left shift operator looks like. Left shift operator is a binary operator, therefore it requires two operands. This is the first operand and this is the second operand. First operand is the one whose bits get left shifted. Second operand is the one which decides the number of places to shift the bits. In order to understand the concept of left shift operator in detail, we will first cover some important points, and meanwhile we will also understand how left shift operator works. Let's get into some important points related to left shift operator. When bits are shifted left, then trailing positions are filled with zeros. Please note down this point. Let's consider one example to better understand this concept. In this example, I chose a variable and assigned it value 3. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to shift this whole number by one position towards left using this left shift operator available over here. As this data type is character, therefore 3 in 8 bits representation looks like this. Now, in order to understand what would be the output of this particular program, we first need to understand how left shift operator works. This is the left operand of this left shift operator and this is right operand of this left shift operator. Value of variable is 3 and the binary representation of this value is equals to 00000011. Now what we will do? We know this thing that right operand is the one which decides the number of places to shift the bits towards left. Here the value is 1. Therefore, it will left shift the bits of this number by one position, right? So what would be the result? After left shift, result looks like this. This whole binary number will get shifted towards left by one position. As this whole number will get shifted towards left, this bit get truncated. After that, this bit will shift towards this position. 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 This bit towards this position. This bit towards this position. And finally, this bit will shift towards this position. This simply means that now this place is vacant. Isn't that so? This is how it looks like. Now what is going to get filled over here? This trailing position will get filled with 0. Therefore the final result we got is equals to 6. Isn't that so? Because 6 is the decimal representation of this particular binary representation. So the final output of this particular program is 6. Now let's try to understand the second most important point about left shift operator. Left shifting is equivalent to multiplication by 2 raised to the power right operand. Please note down this point. Left shifting is equivalent to multiplication by 2 raised to the power right operand. Let's consider the example which we already learned in the previous point. Here variable contains value 3. And we are trying to shift the bits of this value towards left by one position. We know the output of this is 6. But how? Simply, 3 is multiplied by 2 raised to the power 1. 1 is our right operand, isn't that so? And left operand is 3. 3 is simply multiplied by 2 raised to the power right operand, which is 1. 3 into 2 is equals to 6 and that is our output. Let's consider one more example. Here the value again is 3 and in this case we are trying to shift the bits of the value 3 by 4 positions towards left. In this case 3 is multiplied by 2 raised to the power 4 because 4 is our right operand. 2 raised to the power 4 is equals to 16 and 16 multiplied with 3 is equals to 48. Therefore the final result of this particular operation is 48. Okay friends, this is it for now. Thank you for watching this lecture.